Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the brand new best money-making method here inside of Fish on Roblox. So I know you guys have been asking me a lot, especially since the new update came out, and there's so many things you can buy in the new update, how to make money extremely fast. And I have broken down all of the best spots for you to make the most amount of money, and then basically my method for making a ton of money. Now, obviously, I spent pretty much all my money that I have. I only have 28 million left, but I was in the billions of dollars using methods like this, and you can make millions and millions an hour. I believe you can make upwards of 20 to 30 million in the best spot that I'm going to show you an hour. So it's really overpowered, and that's not even using the best rod. So I'm not going to yap on any longer. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Oh, one more thing really quickly. If you guys do want to be entered in my Oni Flarix rod giveaway, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and make sure you do hype the video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first location is actually pretty common, and a lot of people have used this. I say this in pretty much every money making video, and I'm going to say it probably in every one just because it's this is very good for beginners. I'm showing beginners first, but don't worry, we are getting into newer zones. I guess they're just newer to the game that people are wondering more about. So the first zone we're going to go to is Castaway Cliffs. I've said this a million times in the videos, but it is so broken and so overpowered for making money, especially for beginners. It's still pretty good for intermediate and advanced players. Again, there's better spots out there, which is why I'm showing you those in the video. But I first wanted to go over this, especially if you're a beginner and you kind of just started coming back to the game or whatever. So this zone right here, Castaway Cliffs in this little lake right here, is actually really good. Now, what you want to do is you definitely want to use the tryhard rod. The tryhard rod has a 15x multiplier on here. Now, that is not the best money making rod, but it is kind of the easiest I feel like to get. I could be wrong. The Dream Breaker may be easier to get, but I've just been using the tryhard rod for pretty much all of this. All my money making method guides, I've always used a tryhard rod, which is why I'm just saying that as kind of, I guess, the standard. So that is the best first money making spot. Now, this is again for more targeted at beginners, but again, you can use this if you're kind of intermediate too. I'd say beginners and intermediate. Now, if you're super advanced, that is what we're going to be looking at a little bit later in this video. So the next spot we're looking at really quickly is kind of an honorable mention, but this is mainly for XP. This is the best XP spot in the game. I'm honestly just going to use the submarine because it's actually kind of quick. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and head over to this next XP spot. This is kind of an honorable mention. I just want to show you this really quickly because this is a great way to get XP, especially if you're trying to get to level 1000 or if you got one of those rods from the Christmas thing and you're still trying to get to level 1000. So let me just find it. I think we need to head over to Moose Groove Swamp. I believe that's where it is. All right, so once you've made it over to Moose Groove Island, I need to just get out of the submarine. There we go. And there's a little spot over here. This is known as the Carrot Cove, and this is still one of the best spots to get XP in the entire game. It still is. It's been for a long time. But yeah, honorable mention really quickly, if you have never played this game or you're newer, this is the zone right here. This is great with the Rod of Oscar and like the Clever Enchant, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is what people say is the best method out there. So I recommend going ahead and using this if you haven't already. This is honestly just an honorable mention. I wasn't even going to really include this, but I decided, you know what, some of you guys may need some XP methods. So yeah, that is one of the XP methods right there. They give a pretty much ridiculous amount of XP, so you might as well go ahead and abuse it. But let me go ahead and start showing you the best money-making spots in the entire game. These are literally pretty brand new, so you're going to make a lot of money with these. However, they may get nerfed, kind of like how normal everyday zones do, so that's why you guys need to kind of abuse this while you have the chance. So we need to first head over to the new Tidefall area, but it's not just the base Tidefall area. There's multiple different areas, and I'm going to show you guys which ones are the ones you should go for and which ones are the best for money making. So I need to first find Tidefall. Oh, I just went past it. So we need to head all the way back over to Tidefall, and this is where things get actually really interesting, and this is why I even made this video in the beginning. I wanted to include the stuff that I always do in my money making methods, but this is the new best area, and it's genuinely so broken. I'll kind of break down each of the areas in here, but first we have to go down under this. If you haven't done this, I have a full update video, but I'm going to just go ahead and go all the way down to the bottom. You don't technically need a submarine. There's ways to do it without a submarine, but submarines make it a lot easier. Okay, so this is the zone or kind of the area where this gets a little different. There's pressure, and I need to get out of the submarine. That's honestly the hardest part. All right, we're going to swim down. All right, let's see. Hopefully we can get there this time. That's the waterfall area right there. All right, now we're in the new Tidefall area. Now, this area by itself is not the best spot. It is a pretty good spot, and that's where you can buy the rod that I'm using right now. Now, this rod, again, I wouldn't recommend using this rod. I would personally recommend using the tryhard rod because it's going to make you the most amount of money. I mean, with that 15x multiplier, not the most. I mean, there's another rod out there that could make you more, but the tryhard rod is just the one I've been using pretty much the entire time I've played Fish ever since it came out. So this is the first area. You can fish here. It makes you a decent amount of money, but again, this is not anywhere near the best area. So the first place we need to go is actually, I'm trying to find it real quick on the map. I'm kind of lost and it's so pitch black down here. I can't really see anything. I think we need to head over this way, and we're going to see a zone over here. I believe it's called like a Borealis something. We'll try this area right here first. I don't think this is it. No, that's not it. We're not trying to head in that zone. We're trying to go to the Coral Bastion or Bastion. So we're gonna head over here. All right, so we're flying over to this area. Now this right here is the best zone to fish in right now that I know of. This has been proven as the best zone, and also this is just a beautiful zone to fish in. It actually looks insane. So this area right here is going to make you the most bang for your buck because you're gonna get mythics pretty much every time that you fish, especially if you have decent luck. These rods that I'm using right now have no luck on them. That's why I'm probably not getting a mythic first try, but you get mythics pretty much every try, especially if you have a good rod like the try hard rod equipped. So let me go ahead and see. Oh yeah, so we just got a mythic right there. I just switched rods because the one I had didn't have that much luck on it, and I added a bait, and boom, we're already catching mythics just like that. Now again, boom, Hex, Tiger, Shark. It's so easy to get these mythics. Boom, that was a legendary. You get mythics and legendary pretty much every single fish, which is why it is so broken and why you make so much money from the zone. So yeah, it's estimated you'll make upwards of 20 million an hour using the try hard rod. And you're gonna catch literally so many. This zone is so broken. I've been using this for a while, ever since the update came out, and I've already made a ton of money. I've spent a lot of it because this update is a little on the expensive side for some parts of it. So yeah, especially for buying those totems. I spent like 35 million on one totem, but boom. I mean, there's another mythic right there. So freaking easy to get these. It is such an overpowered zone. So I would highly recommend going and checking out the zone if you haven't already. I mean, boom, there's another mythic. We don't even have an Aurora running. We don't really have anything going, and that's another mythic just like that. So again, like I said, the best zone in the game. Let me throw one more and see what we get. This one will probably be like a legendary. Yep, boom. I was literally right. So it's either legendaries or mythics now. Once you get bait and you get a good enough rod. Before I was just using a rod with pretty much no bait, so I was getting trash. But yeah, this is just a normal rod with normal bait, and we're getting absolutely absurd stuff. And we also get a decent amount of XP from the zone. So you could definitely use this zone to get XP as well if that's what you're feeling. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Help the channel out a ton. We are on the road to 250,000 subs. We are very close to that. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I post fish videos, I post the forge videos, I post all types of game videos, guides. So yeah, go ahead and check it out, and I'll see you guys next.